Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I will be reviewing David Gilmour's Live at Circus Maximus Concert Blu-ray. It comes in a nice trifold cardboard case. That includes the Circus Maximus Blu-ray disc in its own protective sleeve, as well as a second Blu-ray disc that includes the Luck and Strange concerts in audio format only, as well as a host of other great bonus features. It also includes an impressive 24-page booklet that has a ton of great photos and the set list and credits. And you even get a cool couple little black cat stickers. So, Live at Circus Maximus was filmed in Rome, Italy on the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd of October 2024 during Gilmour's tour in support of his new Luck and Strange album. He performed 8 of the album's 9 songs this night, wisely mixing in only 2 or 3 new tracks at a time amongst the Pink Floyd classics to keep a nice seamless flow to the concert. Just when I thought that David Gilmour could not possibly outdo himself after giving us the spectacular Live at Pompeii concert video from 2017, the 78-year-old guitar legend says, "Hold my beer," and damn near surpasses all of his previous efforts here. The film begins with some stunning shots of the Colosseum and around the streets of Rome, while elegant electric guitar instrumental 5 a.m. from Gilmour's 2015 Rattle That Lock album plays in the background, before eventually transitioning over to the stage for the last several seconds. Black Cat is a similar instrumental that opens the new album, and it would also introduce the Luck and Strange title track. So Luck and Strange is one of the 2 album highlights for me, and it not only showcases Gilmour's understated bluesy lead guitar playing, but also some pretty damn impressive falsetto vocals that take the chorus section into a more catchy pop direction, which was kind of cool. A couple of Dark Side of the Moon classics, Breathe in the Air and Time, are played next, and Gilmour's legendary guitar tone remains unsurpassed as he and band deliver some very strong performances. This band, consisting of Guy Pratt on bass and vocals, Greg Fillinjanes on keyboards and vocals, Rob Gentry on keyboards and vocals, Adam Betts on drums, Ben Worsley on guitar and vocals, Romani Gilmour on vocals and harp, Louise Marshall on vocals and piano, and Hattie and Charlie Webb on vocals and various instruments, were certainly one of the most impressive ensembles he has taken on the road with him in a while. So background vocals don't usually stand out to me at rock concerts, but these ladies really added a remarkable depth to these performances. Nowhere was this more evident than much later in the set when they took the spotlight for a stripped-down, delicate rendition of The Great Gig in the Sky. Seated around the piano, they softly harmonized on Claire Torrey's iconic vocal parts, creating a moment of pure intimacy and beauty. So next up in the first set were a couple of Pink Floyd classics, Fat Old Sun and Marooned, that wonderfully contrasted the psychedelic folk rock of Pink Floyd's earlier years with the more progressive pop rock direction that Gilmour took the band in the post-Roger Waters 90s. With such albums as The Division Bell. Neither song is a particular favorite of mine, but Gilmour's lengthy guitar solos to close out each song really pushed them into must-watch territory. After an expectedly great performance of Wish You Were Here, Gilmour returns to the Luck and Strange material with the brief guitar instrumental Vita Brevis, which introduces a somber but gorgeous ballad between 2 points. This song would feature Gilmour's daughter Romani on lead vocals and harp on the album, and he would also bring her out on stage to do the same this night with a beaming fatherly grin on his face the whole time. What an exceptional performance from both father and daughter. The last couple of decades, I had unwittingly neglected the post-Waters Pink Floyd albums more than they really deserve, but watching Gilmour's stunning back-to-back performances of High Hopes and Sorrow left me in a puddle of shame for doing so. Granted, they are probably the two finest Pink Floyd songs from that era, but Gilmour always elevates them to new heights live, and this concert was certainly no exception. High Hopes has such an intoxicating melodies throughout, and Gilmour's vocals sounded particularly amazing here at age 78. He also puts on a guitar master class on both numbers, beginning and ending High Hopes with some gorgeous classical guitar picking, while mixing in one of the greatest lap steel guitar solos of all time. During Sorrow, the stage was engulfed in a ton of dry ice fog and apocalyptic lighting effects before giving way to one of Gilmour's most impressive guitar solos, rivaled only probably by a few of his most famous 70s solos. I've been streaming the Luck and Strange album quite a bit while putting this review together, and although it's a pleasant enough and often engaging listen, I never really quite felt inspired enough to purchase the CD until seeing them perform live, that is. The second half of the set features the 5 remaining songs from that album, and they all easily surpass their studio counterparts, especially the standout closing track, Scattered. The keyboard sound and overall vibe of this song is very reminiscent of the early Pink Floyd epic Echoes, before Gilmour cuts loose with another astonishing guitar solo under a spectacular barrage of laser lights that have to be seen to believe. Scattered is the new Comfortably Numb of Gilmour's solo career, if you ask me. And speaking of Comfortably Numb, of course they close out the show with it, and of course it was absolutely amazing as always. To see the 78-year Gilmour standing center stage after an already 2-hour grueling performance and tearing through what is arguably the greatest guitar solo of all time for 5 straight minutes was a truly impressive feat that keeps his legend status firmly intact. The production quality of this Blu-ray is simply unsurpassed. It was directed by Gavin Elder and produced by Dion Oram, who also did Gilmour's equally impressive Live at Pompeii concert video, and they deserve the highest of accolades for both films. The film's 1080p transfer looked absolutely perfect and accurately captured the magnificent light and laser show, with really no signs of any technical issues that can often plague such a massive production. The camera work on this film was next level as well, and included every option you could want for such an epic event, such as breathtaking drone shots, showing the scale of the concert and its magnificent surroundings, as well as sweeping crane shots and plenty of intimate close-ups that really place you right into the front row of the crowd. The thing that really sets this and other Gilmour concerts apart is that the shots are never rushed, and you actually have some time to savor them for a few seconds. Thank you. This should be the standard bearer for all other concert video directors out there, really. The audio tracks were equally impressive, offering up powerful and perfectly mixed LPCM stereo, DTS HD Master Audio 5.1, and Dolby Atmos options to choose from. I listen to both the DTS and Atmos tracks about equally. They're both fantastic. The main differences are subtle. The Atmos mix feels a little more spacious, while the DTS version delivers slightly more low end. The extra features included on the Luck and Strange Concerts Blu-ray was nearly as impressive as the concert itself, including 4 songs from the Luck and Strange tour rehearsals, 4 different documentaries, and 9 music videos. Concert Blu-rays are certainly not cheap these days, but you more than get your money's worth with this baby. The set list shown here featured 22 songs, and the total runtime was an impressive 2 hours and 22 minutes. As for my ratings of this concert Blu-ray, My overall production rating is an easy 10 out of 10. And my overall performance rating is a 9 out of 10. So I watched this latest David Gilmour concert video with similar trepidation I had felt with the latest Roger Waters, Steve Hackett, and John Anderson releases. And that is, can these legends, now all pushing 80 years old, still really deliver the goods and not embarrass themselves too much up there? That would be an emphatic yes, and it's been quite humbling to watch all four of them easily prove me wrong this year alone. David Gilmour live at Circus Maximus is an absolute triumph. At 78, Gilmour still delivers jaw-dropping guitar solos and impressive vocals, proving that his legend remains stronger than ever. All right, that's it for me today. Let me know your thoughts on David Gilmour's live at Circus Maximus in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. Thanks, and catch you next time.